Hello, welcome to Yoga for Recovery. There was a lot of events this weekend. Saw a lot of amazing photos and videos from Unbound down in Kansas, the gravel race. It was a muddy, epic mess. So, epic ride up in Cable. There was just a lot of events going on. So we're going to start in a tabletop pose, do a little bit of cow and cat just to get our spine moving just a little bit. So in tabletop, let's just work on our breath for a moment and inhale through your nose into your belly. And if you can, try to like push the waistband of your shorts or your pants out when you inhale. And then when you exhale, just let the air out. Don't try to force it out. Don't try to push it out. Just relax and let the air come back out through your nose. So in cow and cat, when you inhale into your belly, we're going to drop your belly, stick your butt out a little bit, and lift up your head in the cow. When you're done with the inhale, then come into a cat and arch your back. Look between your knees at your toes and drop your head. Well, drop your head first and then inhale. Come into a cow. And then when you're ready, when you're done with the inhale and you've pulled air into your belly, then start to get into cat and arch your back and drop your head. Look at your toes. When you're done with your inhale, come into cow. Rather, come into cow with the inhale. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. So if you're new to these yoga for recoveries, we do classes that are less than 15 minutes, usually around 10, and we are just moving to help aid recovery. It's bring your hands up to the top of the mat. We're going to come up into a downward dog. And because it's recovery, we really don't want to do a lot of work in downward dog. So if you need to, you can always come down on your knees and do a puppy pose. But what we're trying to do here in downward dog is to open up our shoulders and our calf muscles. So the inhale is to come up on your toes. Exhale, come down on your right heel so that you're pushing your right heel back towards the mat. Inhale up, exhale back down. Inhale up and then come down with both heels. And then come up and try to sink your collarbones a little bit lower. All right, now we're going to inhale. Lift up your left leg and then bring it forward into a low lunge. So my left foot is going to be forward. My right knee is now on the mat. And I'm going to do an upright lunge. And this is a move that we do and have done often in this yoga for recovery because it's just a really good tool for runners and cyclists. So having your hands on your waist, on your knee, those are all ways, this is kind of a balance issue for what you need. The inhale is to be up in your hips. And then the exhale is to roll your hips forward. And then when you're rolling, your knee should be roughly over your ankle. That doesn't matter a lot. Inhale back. And exhale, roll forward. So you're going to feel this in your hip flexor on the right side, and you'll feel a little bit of a pull on your left hamstring and glute. But the primary driver of this particular pose is your hip flexor. And why? And that's why it's such a great thing for runners and cyclists, since our hip flexors tend to be incredibly tight, especially after long weekend races and or workouts. So the ideal is that when you're exhaling, you simply come as far forward as you feel like you can. Don't try to force anything. You'll feel a tug here. And then inhale and come back and relax everything. And exhale and roll forward. All right, now we're going to come back and do a half split. So I'm going to sit my butt back a little bit, or quite a bit, and my hands can come down to the mat and my fingertips. My left leg is bent. So I am working on simply sitting back on the exhale and letting my left leg, especially in my hamstrings, lengthen. So the key is to not straighten your left leg. The key is to simply sit back a little bit. So I'm on my left heel. And we'll do one more. All right, now here comes the fun part. We're going to inhale to center, exhale forward. Inhale back to center, exhale back to a half split. Inhale up to center, exhale, rotate forward. And this is the kind of movement, inhale up, exhale back, that really helps recovery as long as you don't go hard. If you really try to push things and force a stretch, you're not going to build recovery. You're going to be creating more stress. And we are just moving and creating a little bit of a stretch and a lot of extra blood flow. Good. All right, now let's bring your right foot back. We're just going to switch legs. We're not going to be getting all serious about this. Right leg up, left knee down. And now we're going to do the same thing. All right, but inhale, roll forward. So this session and last week's session and the next few sessions are going to be previews of a new course that I'm putting together just for endurance athletes, everyday athletes, runners and cyclists, triathletes, rollerbladers, cross-country skiers, people who, well, it's for any athlete, but primarily for endurance, because we work on hips and core, the two things that we work on. And there's going to be 6 short classes, less than 15 minutes, that you can do twice if you wish, that focus on strength. And then 6 short recovery classes like this that you can do anytime after a workout. Okay, let's roll back into a half split. And that's the beauty of this kind of a session, is that you can use it after any session. You can do it in the evening after you've gotten done with your workout, you're watching TV, spend a couple of minutes just moving. So inhale up, exhale back. And they don't need to be long. We don't need hour-long yoga classes as recovery, maybe in the wintertime or the complete off season. Those are great. But during the season when we're training, a hour-long tough yoga class is going to be pretty tough on the system. Okay, good. Now let's come up. We're going to do back and forth. Inhale forward. Exhale back. I didn't quite say that right. Then inhale back up. Exhale, roll forward into low lunge. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, and exhale back. Again, don't force anything, just go smoothly. And just feel a little bit of a stretch. And what's going to happen is that you're going to start finding yourself moving more if you don't push it. All right, let's bring your right leg back, bring your hands into the front of the mat. come into a downward dog again. And then we'll do the same thing we did earlier. Inhale up on your tip. All right, well, hopefully we'll be done in time. All right, keep the left leg stretched, right leg over the top. Put your foot down. And what we'll do with this is try to rotate. Bring your right hand behind you. You can have your hand on your knee, your elbow inside, but the goal is to inhale, lengthen, and exhale, rotate. I'm having a bad feeling that we did this routine last week. It's one of those deja vu moments. I hope not. Just inhale and then relax. Good. Nice. All right, now we'll go to the other side. Right leg is outstretched, and my left hand is now going behind me, elbow inside of my knee. Inhale, and then I'm going to look behind me. So I'm doing roughly 5 to 7 breaths per pose. Sometimes I forget to count because I'm talking. But that's the general length. And so with that, we're done. And that's it. Yoga for recovery. Just working on our breath, moving with your breath, and just creating a little bit of mobility in your hips and spine. I hope you enjoyed it. Come check out simpleendurancecoaching.com/yoga for more information about the kind of yoga we offer, as well as the website for coaching and strength training. Take care of yourself. If you have questions, if you want to talk about anything, put it down below here. Type out your questions. I'll answer them if we have them. Otherwise, we will see you later tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Yoga for everyday endurance athletes. Go to the website. You'll see the link. First class is free. The code is everyday yoga. See you later. Take care. Bridgie and Marlene, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. All right, any questions? No questions? Going? All right, we'll see y'all later. Take care.